So we have a new race on the calendar, Harding Hustle. It's mid-July, gives us about 5 months to build. I picked this race because it's a home race for me. I grew up 20, 30 minutes from the race course. I actually never ran that trail, but I'm excited to go throw down. What is this series? I want to document my training. Where's my training at right now? Coming off the 50 miler that I did a month ago. Just starting to add in strides and intensity again. And we're starting to bring the running volume up. So last week, I was sitting at 50 miles. It's going to be a slow build in mileage, slow build in intensity. We're going to add in a lot of bike volume to substitute the lack of running. But right now, we'll be sitting in the 50 miles a week, hopefully pushing it in the 60s in the next month or so. Hopefully 10 plus hours a week on the bike. What's the goal for this week? The goal for this week is to reintroduce strides and to do a lot of base building. Got an 8-mile run this morning, and then we're gonna do a longer bike ride this afternoon. Look at this. Doesn't get prettier than out here on the American River. All right. So we're just about 4.5 miles. Feeling good. But now it's time for some maple syrup, baby. Oh yeah. Gotta get the carbs in. About 40 grams of carbs. 7 miles in. Last mile was an 8-minute pace. Just finished up the run. 9 miles, 8:05 pace. Happy with that. Got a bottle here with about 35 grams of carbs we're gonna sip on while breakfast is being made. And yeah, start the refueling process because we got a long bike this afternoon. At least 3 hours probably. Make breakfast, eat some carbs, sit in the compression boots, and then back at it again in a couple hours. Alright, prepping for the ride. I don't know how long we're gonna go. It's gonna be a couple hours, probably at least 3. So I got a couple things of syrup, a couple pouches on the bike already. Other than that, for fuel, we got 3 Rice Krispie treats, a couple servings of fruit snacks, and then our 2 bottles with 100 grams of carbs each. Total right now, if I eat all of this, that's like 340 grams of carbs. The workout, it's minute on, minute off times 10. So I don't even know what watts I'm holding for. I have it programmed. I think it's like 300, something like that. It's just to kind of tire the legs out, and then we're gonna go on and do some steady riding for the next little bit. It's gonna be hard. We're gonna hit hard. Oh, just finished. Minute on, minute off. I'll throw the stats up. But I feel like I got a really good stimulus. Legs are definitely tired. So now we're just gonna go ride around for a while, get some good steady work in. 2 hours in, we got some hills that we're gonna hit right now. Then we might explore some new roads. We'll see how it goes. We made it. That was a hard ride. 60 miles. I don't know if you can see. Post-ride recovery. We got ourselves a bowl. It's about 100 grams of white rice, 100 grams of veggies, 4 ounces of ground beef, and 150 grams of cooked pinto beans. So a bunch of good recovery stuff, carbs, protein, some fiber. And then sitting in the compression boots, it's Fuel of Champions right here. This morning, we got a bike ride. Probably like an hour and a half, just nice and easy. Gonna fuel probably with like 80 grams of carbs an hour. Tuesday morning, right here for a little spin. Just flushing the legs out. Did about an hour and a half this morning, and then a 9 or 10 mile run this afternoon. We're not gonna go hard this morning. Just try to keep it nice and chill. Fuel relatively well, and prep for the run this afternoon. I'm gonna try to do strides for the first time in I think a month almost, and we're gonna see how that goes.
finished up the ride, hour and a half, average 176 watt, consumed about 80 grams of carbs on the ride. Legs felt a little tired from yesterday, but not too bad. For breakfast, we're doing 100 grams of oats with a scoop of protein powder. Pretty happy with how the legs are feeling after yesterday. Almost 5 hours of training yesterday, and I was still able to get a good quality ride in this morning. And then this afternoon, we'll see how the run goes, but I think it's going to go pretty well. Right now, the long-term goal is Harding Hustle, and I'm willing to put in whatever training it takes to have a good race and to show up at the start line really fit. I don't know. We're gonna train hard. We're gonna see where we end up. Right now, got the oats cooking up. Gonna throw some fruit in there, some protein powder, and then sit in the compression boots, recover up, smash some miles this afternoon, and just keep building. You wanna see my pride and joy? Look at this. All the shoes. Got race shoes, Alpha Flies, R3s, those are the Ultra Mont Blanc Carbons. 2 pairs of Vaporflies, Streak Flies, and then just some Easy Run shoes, Zoom Flies, fresh pair of Alpha Flies for whenever we run another marathon. Tuesday afternoon, got probably about 10 miles tonight. Gonna do some fast rides to finish. Alright, we're at the base of this hill right here. Gonna do at least 6 hill strides, maybe more. Just under 9 miles in right now. 30-second strides, maybe 35. Oh, man. Felt good, but hard. 34 seconds. 5:14 average pace. I don't know what the grade of this hill is. I think it's like 8%, but we have a few more to go. Just over a minute rest between reps. Rep number 3. Rep 3, done. 3 more. Just got back. Ended up being 11 miles, almost an hour and a half. Average pace, 7:48. Hill strides at the end. I think most of them I averaged around like 5:30 pace. It was a pretty steep hill. I'm definitely gonna do more strides there on that hill. I think that's gonna be the new stride spot. In total today, about 3 hours of work. As soon as I got back, smashed a bottle, 30 grams of carbs, some electrolytes. Realized I gotta do a lot more hill work because those hills kicked my ass. Harding Hustle is gonna be a lot of hills. It's 6,000 feet of vert. It'll get done one day at a time, right? Just Lionel Sanders says, one good workout doesn't win races. 30 to 40 workouts strung together in close proximity wins races. We got 5 months of workouts to string together, and then we'll see what we can do. Today is more of a rest day, so we're just out here for some easy miles. Probably gonna go for like 8, I'd have to guess. The legs are feeling pretty tired. Heart rate's kind of high today, so we're just taking it easy. We're not stressing. Bricks in the wall are bricks in the wall. Yesterday was a pretty easy day. It was just under 8 miles and that's all I did. But I'm still feeling pretty fatigued. I think I probably under-fueled a little bit the past couple days, and it's impacting my performance. So I'm gonna refocus on carbs when I get home, a little more protein too, and hopefully that should fix it for the next couple days. Another reason why it's really important for me to fuel today is tomorrow is my planned long run day. probably about 16 miles, and I want to be feeling really good for that and have a lot of fuel on board. I always feel like I absorb the workout better when I'm well fueled for it, and the lower chance of injury, which is the most important thing, staying healthy. I'm not sure exactly how high today's workload is going to be, but the carbs are going to be high regardless. I always try to fuel adequately on my runs and right after. Like I just took in about 45 grams of carbs, and I'll take in like 80 when I get home, 80 to 100. But it's still, you know, sometimes I don't always hit that, and then it makes recovering the next day or that day harder. Just got back from the run. It was 9 miles, 7:45. Legs actually kind of woke up a little bit, started feeling better. Still felt fatigued, but the paces were good. So we got 150 grams of oats. About to cook that bad boy up. All right, oats just finished cooking. Then we're going scoop protein powder. We got a little bit of sugar-free syrup. Going with just a little bit of cinnamon. There we go. Breakfast is served. 150 grams of oats, serving of berries, which is 128 grams. 1 scoop of protein powder, a little bit of sugar-free syrup, a little bit of cinnamon. So the macros for that meal, it's about 750 calories, 45 grams of protein, and 100 grams of carbs. The wind noise in this clip is so loud it's unusable. At this point, my legs were feeling pretty fatigued, despite the fact that it was supposed to be my long run. I just felt underfueled and unmotivated at this point. About halfway through, still not feeling the best, but a little better. Legs woke up a little bit. My stomach hurts. I feel it sloshing around. Maybe drank a little too much water today. I'd like to do some strides to finish, but I don't know if that's happening today. Just got back from what was supposed to be the long run of the week. Kind of was nowhere near as good as I was hoping. I ended up getting just under 13 miles at a 7:14 pace. This was not the best session, but even though it wasn't the best, I'll still get better from it. But you know what? Looking on the bright side, my legs should be pretty fresh for my ride tomorrow. Just got back from Saturday morning ride. It was like 2 hours and 7 minutes at like 170 watts. I'm gonna head out for like 6 miles in a little bit. So that's another week of training in the books. So started off on Monday. We did 9 miles, just all Z2, and then we backed that up with a really long ride in the afternoon, 60 miles with some minute on, minute off in the middle. That went really well, but it created a lot of fatigue for the rest of the week. Tuesday, we backed that up with an hour and a half ride into an hour and a half run later that afternoon with some strides. Wednesday and Thursday were both just aerobic days, 8 miles on Wednesday, 9 miles on Thursday. Friday was supposed to be the long run day. I was hoping to get 16 on the day, but I didn't feel that good. My legs felt really fatigued. I felt lightheaded, so we called it at just under 13. Saturday, we did a 2-hour bike ride into a 6-mile run right after. Overall, I'm really happy with the amount of volume I got. I got just over 15 hours. All of it was pretty low intensity. I think next week, I got to start layering in a little more intensity, some more strides, possibly a treadmill workout, and then a better long run. I think I fueled pretty well this week. Something that I'll keep improving on and keep having at the forefront of my mind is just, am I fueling the best? Am I sleeping the best? Like, how can I recover better? What are my big goals for next week? 1, I want more aerobic volume. So we're going to push to 60 miles a week. On the bike this week, I did about 7 hours, and I'm shooting for 10 next week. So a little more run volume, a little more bike volume, which means my recovery is going to have to be really good and really on point this week. Sleeping as much as possible, spending time in the recovery boots, stretching, rolling out, all that sort of stuff.